Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to show you how you can achieve this super simple look with a pop of color. I chose blue, but you could choose whatever color you like. And you can honestly wear this day to day. It's a very, very subtle and simple look, but it does have a little bit of added pop there, as you can see. And you know what? Variety is the spice of life. So sometimes it's nice to mix it up. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, then stay tuned and keep on watching. So on a clean and moisturized face, I am starting with primer. I'm using Becca's Backlight Primer, and it's very hydrating, and the reason I'm using this one is because I love this new foundation that I am putting on right now. It is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. The color I am in is in Cashmere. And I showed you how much I took, but I needed a little bit more. It is a full coverage, so you need a very minimal amount. I'm just dotting it on my face, and I'm going to be blending that out. And I like to start blending from the middle of my face, where you really need the most coverage, outwards. And then if you feel like you need more, it's a lot easier to add a little more than to kind of have that cake face. So you always have to be careful when you have a full coverage foundation like this one. But it is a very, very good one. And then I'm just blending it out. I'm using a Real Technique sponge. Going in with the highlighter now, I'm using Tarte's Shape Tape Concealer, and I believe this is the color Light Medium. I also have the color Light, but it's a little bit too light for me today. And this is a great concealer. It's so full coverage, and yet it doesn't really crease or just look cakey or anything. And you can see all the places that I am placing it are the places I want to kind of pop forward and look bright and highlighted. It does a great job at covering your under eye circles or any discoloration on your eyelids, and it also brightens at the same time. So for me, it's a 2-in-1 product, and it's fabulous. I really highly recommend this. Then I'm going to take MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Medium, and I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and set everything with that under eyes, all over my face, just to kind of lock it in place. Moving on to brows, I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their Brow Powder Duo in medium brown, and this is the it's like a spoolie and a brush that comes with it, and it's really, really good. So if you can get it together, I highly recommend that as well. This kind of gives you a little bit more of a natural look, which is what I've been going for lately. My brows have been, I don't know, they're getting darker and filling in. I'll link the video explaining why down below if you're interested and you haven't seen it yet. But basically I used a darker color on the outer side and to line below and above the brow, and then I use the lighter color, as you saw, on the inner part of the brow, and that just gives it a much more natural look. Setting my brows with Benefit's Gimme Brow to kind of keep them in place and give them some texture. And surprise, surprise, I'm using Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm just going to place this in all the typical places where I want to kind of look like the sun has, given me a sun-kissed glow, as you will. So basically on my cheeks, and right by my hairline on my forehead, and you want to make sure you blend that into the hair so it doesn't look like there's a line there, so it looks super natural, and all the typical places below the jaw. So just picture yourself making a 3 on the side of your face. Then moving on to eyes, I am taking Bold on a big fluffy brush from the Tarte's Pro palette, and I am placing that all over my lid and above my crease, and just kind of using that as a transition color. And then I'm moving on to Edgy, and I am taking a smaller, a little bit more dense brush, and I am stamping that on to the outer V of my eye, and just kind of making little circular motions to start blending it out. So I do edit out some of the blending that I do because I don't want the video to be 20 minutes long, but just make sure that you blend, blend, blend until you don't see any harsh lines. That's really the trick of a look like this. And what I'm doing here, I'm taking a little bit more of that color Edgy with that same brush I used before, and I'm bringing it slightly inward, as you can see, on my lid. So I want my lid to be partially dark and partially light. And then I'm just going to keep blending. Then I'm moving on to the color Classic. This is a really nice highlight color. It's matte, and I'm using that as my brow bone highlight. And I don't really want anything too shimmery there. And I'm also going to take that same color on a flat definer brush and place that on the inner to middle portion of my lid. Then I'm going to that brush I used for the dark brown color, and I'm just doing some more blending basically. And I'm blending that light color into the dark color so that there's no real visible line there. And then I'm just taking that same highlight color and popping it into the inner corner for inner corner highlight. And I am just tightlining with a black kohl liner. I'm going to take a NYX kohl liner in Sunrise Blue, and I'm going to place that right at my lash line. I wasn't sure if it was going to go all the way in, so I kind of just stopped where you see it there. But I wound up taking a smudgy brush and blending it and smudging it all the way inward, and it really gives it a beautiful, beautiful look. Then to intensify that color a little bit more, I just placed that same blue in my waterline. I'm curling my eyelashes, and I am going to be placing, this is like a Lash Booster XL. It's like a mascara base is what it's called. It's from Lancome, and I'm popping that on my eyelashes and kind of letting it dry slightly and going on to blush. So what I did is I used Royal from Tarte, the Amazonian clay blush, and I am placing that on my apples of my cheeks and backwards. And then I went back to mascara, and I'm using the Lancome Excessive Black Noir. So those two came together, the base and the mascara. And they did a really nice job. I did not want to wear falsies. I'm trying to see how my lashes are growing. And together it looked really good. The mascara didn't work very well for my lower lashes, so I just used my favorite, my Benefit Therial mascara, and then I am moving on to lips. So I'm lining them with Spice from MAC and just giving them some definition before I move on to lipstick. For lips, I chose MAC's Viva Glam 2. This is a great nudie brownie color. It is a satin finish. It feels good on the lips, but it's not too dramatic if you have any kind of pop of color or any dramatic eye and you just kind of want to, you know, downplay the lips. And then I went back to my cheeks and I used the color Surreal there just to give it a little bit more flesh to the look. So here's the final look, you guys. I hope that you found this fun and interesting, and it gave you some inspiration to recreate this look. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.